Hey guys, what's up? This is Jason, and we're going to be talking about the Abyss update in No Man's Sky. So, there's a whole bunch of stuff that got fixed and added to this update, so it's a major update. I wouldn't say it's as big as the next update that happened in July, but this is a pretty big step. It's not just a normal patching some bugs and stuff. They've added a ton of stuff. The first thing you know, everyone's been asking for, is they added a submarine, because this update is really focused on underwater stuff. So there's a lot of underwater stuff that got added in with the update. So, in order to get the submarine, you have to build it, and it's an Exocraft item. So, if you go up to your Exocraft modules, you could build a Nautilin chamber. So, if you have a Nautilin chamber on a planet, you could summon a submarine, which is awesome. Let me show you guys what the submarine looks like. If you go to your vehicles, you can go to your Exocraft, and there's my submarine right there. Boom! Look at this thing. Now, as far as I know right now, you can't customize the color or anything of it. Maybe you can. I don't know. I just got into the update, so I'm still figuring stuff out as well. But the biggest thing, and it uses fuel that's different than like another Exocraft. All the other Exocrafts use like oxygen or carbon. You have to specifically make the fuel for the Exocraft, but it's like a shuttle. It's like a starship. All you have to do is, if you have one, you're good to go. So, if you just charge it one, you're full, and it lasts a while, so it's not a big deal. But just be aware that the it doesn't take regular elements. You have to make specialized fuel for it. But I mean, and they upgraded so much about the underwater stuff. It's insane. They've added so much more biomes to it. So now there's way more rocks. There's more plant life. So there's tons of stuff, and there's more uninteractable plant life. Like all these like crustaceans, they're just there for scenery, so it looks good. Underwater stuff got a huge, major overhaul, and it looks amazing. Another thing that they added, and it's part because you need it for fuel, but they added these cool little, I don't know what you call these, volcanic vents, I guess? Every once in a while, they'll shoot off a whole bunch of stuff like that, see? But you can also get elements from it, a crystal sulfide. You can pick that up. Now, your movements underwater are pretty awesome. I mean, they're more smooth. They definitely fixed that. And also, you could use your jetpack underwater now, so you can move faster. And they've also added a lot more upgrades to the your exosuit, so you can actually survive underwater for longer. So we'll get into that a little bit later on. I want to see if there's a cool little thing. You also have upgrades for your Exocraft, your submarine. Just like all the other Exocrafts, there's like engine and cannon and all that kind of stuff. You could buy those upgrades as well. There's not as many, but they're there. Oh, right over here you see they've added more there's more predators underwater, so you'll have more fish that'll attack you. There's a lot more just background, like good like scenery. But they also have clams that you can get living pearls out of. And let me show you how these clams work. So if you fire at it, now what I've seen is it's like almost impossible to kill these things. But if you hit them and then you just grab the pearl, you're good to go. All you want to do is just tap them a little bit to open them up. And then you get the pearl. Boom. And they stay open after you've gotten the pearl. That way you know, okay, I've gotten the pearl out of that clam. So, boom, there you go. Now, let's go over, I want to show you guys some more stuff, some changes to the space station. So, I'll be right back. Let's look at space stations. Alright, guys, now the big thing with the update, the Abyss update for the space stations, is that now you have 4 kiosks. Look at that. You have your multi-tool kiosk, that's normal. You have your space shuttle, your space starship kiosk right here. You have your Exocraft kiosk, which is insanely different. This is where you can buy all your Exocraft upgrades if you're not at your base. And then here is your exosuit upgrade kiosk. Now, with the Abyss update, you can now add a whole bunch more to your suit. Now, the big thing that I noticed that I'm so excited about now, Notice how I have 3 different elemental protections? They all 3 work now. With the last update, all 3 work. So once one of them is done, it moves on to the next one, and then it moves on to the next one. So you have 3 instead of just 1. So if you guys have been saving it, or if you've been waiting, now is the time to do it because they all work. But they've also added in an oxygen. Now I don't know if they added it specifically into this update. It might have been one update before. Oh, we have to fill that up with oxygen. All right. But yeah, now you have breathable air. So when you're underwater, you have 3 different ones. Now the only thing I've noticed, and maybe this is a weird bug, these underwater modules do not get buffed out by the regular hazardous protection. Meaning, if you just put one of them here, it will not have an outline around the outside. I don't know why. I'm sure that's probably just a bug. So it only will outline if you have 3 of them together or 2 of them together. If you have more than 1 together, it'll have a boost. But they only boost each other. They don't boost by anything else. Whereas all the other elemental protections, they boost each other. So like if you put a heat and a cold protection together, they'll boost each other. They will not boost the underwater one. That's probably just a bug, and so we'll just wait for that to get fixed. But that being said, there's also more technology you can buy, and I've been waiting to buy it for this. So I don't know how it works or what it actually does specifically, but now you have different blueprints for efficiency water jets. Improves the fuel efficiency of the jetpacks in marine jet. So if you're underwater, your jetpack works better. Hell yes, I'm going to get that. And then also the oxygen rerouter. So it'll start using up your what is it called? Your conventional fuel. So your exosuit fuel. It'll use your life support system instead of just your hazardous protection. So you can add that to it. All right. Those are the new ones for your exosuit. Those are blueprints for your exosuit. Now, if you go to the Exocraft dealer, you go to here. Now, they sell everything. So any kind of Exocraft engine, stuff like that. But also stuff for your submarine. So any Exocraft, you could buy your upgrades here if you don't have like a home base. Or if you're not close by to a home base, you could just run to the nearest space station and grab your things there. This is for the Nautilin cannon. That's your submarine, the Nautilin. The Nautilin, I think. That's how I pronounce it. But yeah, and it's just like every other kiosk. Sometimes they'll have S grades, sometimes they won't, and they'll have only a certain amount of S grades. So the best plan is to always go to your home base because your specialist, your Exocraft specialist at your home base, will have every upgrade, whereas a space station only has certain ones. So be aware of that. But they also have blueprints. And so you can get the cannon for your submarine. You can get the osmotic generator. It does allowing slow recharge of the drive in the event of a fuel emergency. Okay, so it actually regenerates your fuel slowly. That's awesome. Okay. And then you have the mining laser basically for your submarine. So heck yeah, there's definitely so much. I can't believe that. And then the other thing I noticed when I came over here to the Starship dealer, they have blueprints for, let me look, your freighter. I've not seen this before. Maybe I missed it. Maybe it was in a previous update, but I've never seen these upgrades before. Now they're basically the same thing. It's just a C, a B, and an A. So it's the same drive, the warp reactor, but they give you different distances. So the lowest one is 200 light years. Then it jumps up to 300, then it's 800. So you definitely want to try to save up and get this one, if you can. I'm definitely going to get it, so I'm going to be putting that in my freighter. That's amazing. And then lastly, I don't think there's anything in the multi-tool. Let me look, just to be 100%. There is no new technologies for your multi-tool. I didn't really expect it to be there to be any technology upgrades for your multi-tool because this update was really focused on underwater stuff. So it's going to focus on the submarine and diving and stuff like that. So that is amazing. And there's so much more I can't even go into, I can't even show you. but I'll leave a link in the description down below if you want to go to the page where it has all the patch notes. But they fixed a lot of bugs. The huge thing for me that they fixed was they fixed the elemental protection. So now you can have 3 and it uses all 3. That's huge, guys. So do that and put them together. The only thing that really doesn't matter is your oxygen, because it doesn't really boost yet. I would still stick them close to your hazard protection, because they might patch that and fix that problem. I think it's a problem just like before. I thought that the 3 protections should have worked before. They finally got it to work. So hopefully you guys liked the video. If you did, hit that like button for me. And if you want to see more, subscribe to the channel. I'm uploading videos on the Abyss update, the story mode, if you guys haven't seen that. And I'm also uploading videos on just base building in general. So see you guys next time.